Hey, viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist, and I have a question for you, Phil. Do you have clearance to be looking at these anomalous items here on the SCP Wiki?
I do, because if you don't, if you can't quite remember from the last time, well, I'm sure we were recruited, so we can look and we can share with other people who are only allowed to look because they have the clearance.
Indeed, yes.
So, but we've decided to go a bit different. Instead of going through all the massive text and everything else, we're just going to focus on the items and the SCPs.
Yeah.
We can
So,
actually probably get through quite a few anomalous items actually,
yeah,
because they're very small, and then we'll do SCPs a bit later on, the
indeed.
actual entities, should I say.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we'll do the other stuff like information about the sites, information about the different divisions of the Foundation, maybe later towards the end once we've completed all this stuff.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
I think, yeah, because in that first episode, I think, we hadn't really sort of nailed down necessarily a specific format other than just reading SCP stuff. But I think, for this and the coming episodes, focusing on the anomalous items and then the SCPs, of course, is a good way to go. And then,
Yeah.
we can do, obviously, all the other stuff around that later on.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I've just had a thought, actually, an interesting thought. If you think about it, some of these, in Wolfenstein, some of the Dat Kid stuff could be thought of as anomalous items,
Oh, yeah.
especially that ball that destroys
Oh,
everything.
the spindly talk. Yeah.
If that was, I'm sure the SCP Foundation would be straight onto that, especially also the suit that makes you impervious to damage.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if the SCP Foundation knew of that, they'll be straight onto that, grabbing hold of it.
Indeed, yes. So yeah, so last time we did the first 10 of the anomalous items, so we're just going to kind of resume from number 11 and go through a load of these,
Yeah.
and sort of,
So
see what kind of thoughts we have on some of them before we get to the
these aren't going
SCPs.
to be as wild. Some of them might be a little wacky, but they won't be as wild and out there and creepy and disturbing as the actual entities.
Yeah,
Although there may be some that could be disturbing, who knows? But obviously, we know the entities are really quite unreal.
indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we start
So,
with anomalous item 11, Phil. Item description: it's a cheap plastic ping pong ball that will change from red to green twice daily. Data recovery only has 2000 and something as the year. Location of recovery was somewhere in California. Its current status is it's located under a locker in storage room 19553B. Maintenance team required to extract object.
right. So, I mean, again, that's something vague. But even if you saw that, well, actually, no, I don't think you'd be too weirded out by it, because there are certain objects that
Yeah.
can colour change.
And you think probably it's
But
just
that
like a
would be
fancy
weird if you could.
ball with a light in it or something that just changes.
Yeah, exactly. But it would be a bit weird when you didn't know about it, you were playing table tennis, and all of a sudden it's got
Yeah.
well, why has that just gone green? Why has that just gone red now? Yeah.
As a sign
Well, it's
that
actually only
your
it's
ping
only
pong
twice
skills are
daily.
great. Yeah. Yeah, only twice daily, like you say, yeah. So it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah,
Every like
okay.
12 hours or so. Who knows? um,
Probably something like that. Yeah.
yeah. So anomalous item number 12 is a white cowboy hat. Any person wearing is compelled to whoop and box dance uncontrollably. Date of recovery sometime in the 2000s. It was recovered from Texas, of course. Current status contained in standard anomalous objects locker and brought out during staff birthday parties.
That would be. It's the thing about these items is how is it controlling you, basically? That's the thing,
Yes.
isn't it? The fact that it can control just by putting on a hat.
Yeah.
You have to whoop and dance as well. Probably that famous sort of. I assume a whooping and box dance would be that sort of. Where you're dancing like the. How do you describe the dancing? That sort of dance that it's all like rednecks do. I'm thinking.
I don't know. I'm not very knowledgeable when it comes to dance, Phil.
No, neither am I,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah. Anomalous item 13. Six-sided dice that can occasionally land on a 7. Data recovery sometime, it says 19 something for the year. Location of recovery, Gaming Society in somewhere, Maryland. Current status being used for research by Dr. McCallum. Notes research my ass. He's just using the damn thing to cheat on his sneak attack damage, Dr. Morgan.
Oh, that would, yeah. Well, I think there'd be something a bit off. You'd come to the realization that someone's cheating here.
Yeah.
How do you keep getting a 7? Yeah, keep getting a 7. This can't work.
Indeed, yes. I get a feeling, a few of these anomalous items probably are sort of slightly jokier items. Some of these will be, like this
Yeah.
last couple that we've had. Yeah.
Funny one. Yeah.
So item 14. So that should probably say Coca-Cola branded and stylized cola glass, but it's been redacted. Any liquid drunk from the glass reported to taste like. Is that supposed to be like Pepsi brand cola?
I think it is, and
Yeah.
I wonder if the foundation are doing that because they don't want to be sued,
Yeah.
so they have to redact those out. But it probably is Pepsi, yeah.
Yeah. Location of recovery, Site 19. Current status destroyed after being dropped by canteen worker.
Oh, what are you doing? Imagine that though. That would be a bit. You'd be a bit freaked out if you drank some Coke and it tasted like Pepsi. You're
Yeah.
like, hold on, what's going on here? But the other thing is, does it work the other way around? If you drank from the Pepsi brand, would it taste like Coke?
Who knows? Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if you're just sort of an innocent observer, you probably sort of look at that and just think, oh, someone's just put Pepsi in the Coke glass, and not realise it's an anomaly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, it's one that would be difficult to spot.
Indeed. So, anomalous item 15, a .500 sidearm that discharges all loaded cartridges as if they were blanks. And all we have is that apparently it's in storage. No.
That would be okay if you were. That would be no good if you're like a killer or someone.
Indeed. Though to be fair, you can still hurt someone by firing a blank.
Yes.
If
you can actually, can't you?
Yeah, if they're up close. Because obviously, the discharge is still firing something out, and the heat and
rubber
flash
bullets
of that
is another thing.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that they've got rubber bullets in. No. Anything sort of shot at a high velocity will hurt.
Yes, it will.
That's the thing.
Indeed.
So it'll be good.
Indeed. Anomalous item 16, a glass paperweight which constantly floats exactly 7 centimetres above any given surface. Located in a funeral home in somewhere. Current status, shattered in bizarre a cappella accident. Dr. McCallum is currently being questioned.
Oh, so his voice was good enough to shatter it. Now that would be something. I think that's the first sort of thing that would be a bit odd.
Yeah.
If you just saw a paperweight that was floating 7 centimeters, well, you're trying to put it down. He's like, it's not doing it. What's going on?
Indeed. Yes. I just had a sort of interesting thought about, what it must be like to work for the SCP Foundation on sort of like a day-to-day basis. And, with all these jokier articles here, I feel like you'd be working at some slightly goofier Aperture Science-like organisation.
Yeah, that you'd have that. And it would sort of be a nice thing to take you away, wouldn't it, from the horrible entities themselves.
Indeed.
But what I think is how sometimes you've got to wonder how the SCP find out about this stuff.
Yeah.
Because there'll be some people coming up with stuff, or I think they've got like loads of people. They've got special parts of the team that search the web, look at all the news articles every day to find out anything that looks a bit extraordinary. We'll probably come to that right at the end when we see who the team members are. But there'll be like team members that do that and listen out for things. They send out agents constantly in the field looking out for anything a bit strange.
Yeah.
But
some of these things, some of these things, anomalous items, are like so small, and you wouldn't necessarily even notice them because of how specific and harmless they actually are. It's like, how do you find out about some of these incredibly specific things, like the ping pong ball that only changes colour twice a day?
It would probably be maybe an agent turns up. It could be an example, like there might be like a beer coaster that does something. So they go to an agent of the foundation, goes to a pub one day, just sits down, has a drink, and they notice that the beer coaster is floating and doing weird stuff.
Happen to notice through plot contrivance that a beer coaster is floating or doing something weird. Yes.
Yeah. It's like when you think, like when I go to the gym. No doubt somebody's already made one, but an SCP that could be like a treadmill that basically forces you to stay on or something
like that. So next anomalous item, a drinking glass that visually appears to be able to hold a pint, 568 millilitres of fluid, but overflows when more than 35 millilitres is poured into it. Recovered in 1998 from somewhere in Illinois. Current status in storage.
Okay. Oh, great. So that would work, would it?
No.
So you're just trying to pour in every time 35 milliliters. Oh, it's overflowing. Oh, great.
Indeed. The most inconvenient drinking glass in the world,
yeah,
I guess.
of all time. Yeah.
Item description for the next one. A series of pornographic VHS tapes that, when rewound, would continually change actors, sets and methods of coitus. All appear to relate to actual filmed movies, though the quality is low. Date of recovery, 19-something for the year. Location of recovery, Hackensack, New Jersey. Current status, crossed out, missing, presumed lost, recently recovered from the possession of Dr. Something in storage.
Oh, I see what's going on here.
Indeed.
Wanting a bit of time to yourself, aren't you, Dr. Redacted?
Dr. Redacted.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
That's probably interesting though, because you usually after a while, I think even with pornographic films, you will get bored of the same things. But if you kept changing every time, that would just be like, oh, let's see what's happening today. Oh, let's see what's happening today.
Let's see who's who's called out a plumber and doesn't have enough money this time.
It's always a plumber, isn't it? It's either a plumber or something like an electrician. It's always someone in the trade industry.
Yes.
Electrician, plumber. And they all come up with phrases that are very sort of provocative, aren't they? Double meanings.
Let's take a look at your pipes, love.
Yeah, that's it.
If porn is anything to be believed, tradespeople get mad pussy. Oh dear.
Pizza delivery guys as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next one. So, a 76-centimetre tall statue of a clown in a room where it was placed. A giggling sound would be noted whenever lights were turned off. Recovered on 16th of May 2000-something from somewhere in Germany. Current status: shot approximately 15 times with a 9mm sidearm by Agent Something. Agent reprimanded. No anomalous properties recorded in the remains. It's basically destroyed.
That would be, well, it's freaky for some people, because some people really don't like clowns, and they've got all of that connotation as well. Especially that thing, do you remember that thing back a few years ago where they were like, everyone dressed as clowns and tried to make the living shit out of people? Yeah, it became a trend, didn't it?
Yeah, the creepy clown phenomenon.
You got It as well.
Oh, It, yeah. The classic Stephen King monster.
But that would be even freaky when you just turn the light off and you got this as a gift.
Yes, that. I would imagine that Agent Redacted maybe has is it coulrophobia, the fear of clowns?
That's it. Yeah, coulrophobia. That is the fear of clowns. Yeah.
Yes, and they just freaked out and shot it, and that pretty much destroyed it.
Yeah, reprimanded. Yeah, you shouldn't. You never ever. It doesn't matter how dangerous or anything. The SCP Foundation do not want you to do anything to anomalous items, unless obviously you've got the permission from the higher ups, the O5 Council. Yeah.
Yes. And then item 20, an adult male capybara, Hydrochaeris, I probably butchered that pronunciation, originally located several thousand miles away from the natural habitat for its species, with bright blue and green fur. Date of recovery sometime in 2000s, found in Wisconsin, identified as a lost exotic pet with redacted brand hair dye, returned to owner, Class A amnestic administered, recovery agent reprimanded.
Okay.
So this is saying that they thought it was anomalous, but then realised it wasn't. That it was basically just someone's pet, but they dyed it wild colours.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you think, okay, that makes sense. Because you would think that at first, you think, oh God, well, why is a capybara just suddenly got blue and green fur? But no, it was just hair dyed, and then given the amnestic so they forget everything. And
definitely a joke one in the sense of. You'd think the Foundation would probably think to check first. Maybe it's fur's just been dyed.
Well, maybe this recovery agent was only new to the job.
Maybe.
How would you realise it's not? Well, suppose you would. The owner would say, "Yeah, you could. That would be easy. Just go to the owner and say, "Oh, yeah, I dyed that."
Yeah, you just sort of check first, like I don't know, run it under a bit of water or something to see if dye runs off, and then you've got your answer right there. Just get a plastic bottle of water and just dribble a bit over it.
Well, there are some dyes that do linger for a while, and water won't just take it off. You need something stronger. But yeah.
Or you could also possibly think maybe it's got some kind of fur condition or disease or something that just causes its fur to go a different colour, because that can be a thing.
Got to think of these things. Come on, it doesn't matter if you knew. You should. Come on, Mr. Agent, you should have known all this stuff.
You got to think of the rational explanations before you start assuming something is out of this world and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so continuing on, we'll do some more anomalous items, I think, get through some more of them. So 21 is a HB pencil which cannot be used to write and only draws photorealistic images of Jimi Hendrix eating various foods, found in 1979
Random.
in Liechtenstein. Current status accidentally snapped during testing in 1993. Portions of pencil did not retain anomalous properties and were subsequently incinerated.
Oh, that's a bit of a shame. That would be fun if it was gone, but that would just be you could, because again that's a sort of pranky one, because you could just give it to a friend and say, could you just write something for me, and they go, I can't. What's he doing? What's going on here? What is that? Is that Jimi Hendrix? He's eating a burger? What the hell?
Or you could get that. You could draw 1,000,001 pixtures of Jimi Hendrix eating different types of food and then flog them online. My art.
Exactly, you can make a huge amount of money with that one.
Indeed,
definitely.
Yeah. So item 22, a 24,000 carat diamond cut in the size and shape of a common construction brick. Date of recovery sometime in the 1970s. Location South Africa. Current status in storage, pending identification of source. Wow.
Okay. Well, imagine that you wouldn't think twice about it because it's just a brick.
Yeah.
But it's got 24,000. Can you even go that high in carats?
I don't know. I'm not. My gemstone knowledge is not particularly great, other than a few basics. But
my dad's best friend works as a jeweler, so he'd probably know.
Yeah.
He'd probably know. But wow, that's imagine the thing you can have in your hand. How much money you get and not realise because it's just a brick.
Yeah. So, next one. A white cotton and polyester t-shirt bearing the words SCP Secure, Contain, Protect on the front and a crude but recognisable cartoon of 173 on the back with the caption SCP-173 Don't Blink. Aside from the security breach it represents, the item has no anomalous properties. Recovered sometimes in the 2000s from a thrift store in New York City. Current status in storage.
Okay. So it doesn't have any anomalous items, but it does have the on it.
Yeah. So basically, it's caused a security stir because they're like, "How does someone in the outside world know about this?" Indeed.
Yeah. Well, that's a funny thing because I actually just the other day, as an interest, searched on Amazon SCP shirts.
Oh, right.
And there's loads of them.
Oh yeah, I imagine there is. Yeah. If you go on places like Etsy or Redbubble, I imagine you can probably find loads.
So SCP Foundation, why are we not getting all these ones off Amazon?
You know what this is? I'll tell you what this is, Phil. This is a T-shirt that's come through from our reality into the SCP Foundation's. It's phased through across into another universe.
Oh God, there is an anomalous. Yeah,
yes.
Blimey. I've actually been thinking of getting one. I will say.
Yeah.
Interesting. Getting one with because there's quite a few that look interesting. There's one that says Keita, warning, I am unpredictable.
Oh, this is giving me an idea, Phil, for an amazing SCP-themed pickup line. Where you go into the bar and you say to the girl, are you SCP-173? Because I got to keep my eyes on you.
That is a good one. In the comments, what do you think?
Yes.
What do you rate that?
Indeed. Are you basically now just immediately swooning with love? Yes, indeed. Yeah, wow. I didn't think when I started this video, Phil, that I'd think of an SCP-themed pickup line, but there we are.
We've got one now, and you can only use that if you are part of the SCP Foundation. If not, then not allowed. Illegal. Right.
So next one, a wedding invitation which every 6 hours becomes a different wedding invitation. Thus far, all invitations have been for weddings on dates between 5 and 15 years in the past and have involved persons not found to exist. Date recovery sometime in the 2000s, somewhere in a bookshop in Wales. Currently in storage, and investigation into locations, dates and people involved is still underway.
Ooh.
Mysterious.
Okay, that would be weird, wouldn't it? So you could use that as because it's for people who don't exist, so you couldn't actually use it. But it's very, very strange. But look, it's someone's wedding, and 6 hours later, it's someone else's now, but they don't exist.
And on top of that, this wedding supposedly took place 5 or 15 years ago, or between 5 and 15 years ago. Yeah, it's a strange one. You're getting weddings from another dimension, Phil.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. Item description: 16-month day planner, September 2009 to December 2010, manufactured by the something company, which will duplicate anything written into it across all other units. This only works for date time entries that have not yet come to pass. Recovered in 2010 from some office supplies outlet in Florida. Current status: 17 units in Foundation possession, unknown number remain in circulation, estimated at redacted. Research personnel are monitoring even new entries in an effort to locate remaining copies. Okay, interesting. So if you write in one of them, it duplicates it in all the others, basically, I guess is what you're saying.
So I assume then, if you write in like the 15th of September 2009, then it'll do in every single one.
Yeah.
That would be something that's really annoying, because you say dentist appointment every single day. I've got a dentist appointment now. Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. Next one is an IKEA brand wall clock, which seems to disappear and reappear once every second. Sometime in the 1900s it was recovered. Location of recovery in Scotland. Current status: disappeared at 11:24 hours GMT on whatever year. Item never materialised, presumed irretrievable.
It's gone.
Oh my goodness.
If it was there when you had it, if you had it yourself, you could use it as a sort of trick. Like imagine bringing someone in and they notice it. Why does that keep appearing and disappearing?
Yeah.
What were you talking about? I think you can make them like they're going insane.
Yeah.
What were you talking about? There's nothing there.
See, we see how Phil's mind works. He wants to be a prankster, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we can't do it now because it's fucking disappeared and can't seem to come back.
Next one, a rubber and metal fly swatter, which when used to kill an invertebrate causes the user to burst into tears. Sometime in the 20th century was when it was recovered from a free clinic in Suriname. Current status: in storage.
Oh, that would be everyone just crying. Just
Yeah.
like, oh,
That poor fly.
That poor fly. But then you can mash like a human and you'd be fine, because they're a vertebrate. So semi-invertebrate, yeah.
Indeed.
That's another funny one as well.
Yeah. Next one, a spear that when thrown pierces the heart of the nearest humanoid and extends several spikes from its blade afterward. Agents are to note that the nearest humanoid is typically the person who threw it. No date, but it was recovered in Ireland. Current status: in storage.
God. Okay, now we've got an anomalous item that's a bit more dangerous now.
Yeah. Alright.
Oh God, imagine. Well, you wouldn't want to throw it then, would you?
No.
It comes back to you and pierces you in the heart.
Yeah. So basically, it's a very peculiar way of being able to kill yourself.
Unless you stand ridiculously close to someone else. You have to be like super close to them. Would it then hit them?
Yes. I suppose it depends on the closest humanoid from which point of the spear, i.e. the blade itself, or one end of the handle. Who knows?
Yeah. I think that's the first sort of quite dangerous one, actually.
Yeah, indeed. Next one, a risk set that has a variable number of pieces appearing and disappearing as needed on the board. Sounds of battle are produced by the dice when rolled on hard surfaces rather than the expected clattering. Location of recovery is somewhere in Oregon. Current status: available in Area 43 break room for recreation.
Okay, so it's not good. It's going to be a bit difficult to play, isn't it? If the pieces keep appearing and disappearing.
Yes. It says appear and disappear as needed. So I suppose if you need them, they'll appear.
Then you can play. But actually, having the sounds of battle though would give it an extra element, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it brings it to life. This board game.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one.
Yeah. Item description for item number 30, a piece of vine charcoal that causes "someone help me, I'm trapped in the charcoal" to be written every several seconds whenever used for writing or drawing. Location of recovery from somewhere in Scotland, and it's currently in storage.
Ooh. Yeah, what's happening with that one then?
Yeah.
What's coming out? Just what? Just massive.
See, that could be just something that is harmlessly anomalous, or that could be a sign of something freakish, which the Foundation has not discovered yet. Which is that somehow, that's actually some weird entity trying to communicate.
Yeah, it could be an entity that's a piece of charcoal, because they can, as we've probably found out, we will find out, they can basically take forms of anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. They can be absolutely anything. Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, that was an interesting one.
Yeah.
Should we do one more set, 31 to 40,
Yeah.
and then
move on to
the
SCPs?
SCP?
Yeah. Okay, anomalous item number 31. A bottle of bootleg something perfume, which attracts cats in a 1 kilometre radius when used, discovered after a gathering of over 4,000 cats caused a traffic jam in downtown Redacted. Current status stored in an airtight container, low volume item storage at site, Redacted.
Oh, that would. So it's a bit like a super catnip.
Yeah,
Then.
indeed.
Also, a 1 kilometre radius is quite a long way out if you think about it.
Yeah.
You could never have it. Imagine if you just got it and you're thinking it's just, I'm going to have a nice night out. Let me just let's go. And all of a sudden, as you walk into the nightclub, just surrounded by cats.
Yes. Some people that'll be their idea of heaven, probably, Phil.
Yeah. So that would be too bad, would it?
Yes. Next item, an upright piano. If a human touched any of the piano keys, the human became irresistibly compelled to play the piano and sing popular Broadway show tunes for a period of 3 hours or until the player was incapacitated. It is to be noted that the item did not produce musical talent or provide musical talent, knowledge of tunes, knowledge of lyrics, or the ability to sing on key. Date of recovery 28th of April 2000 something. Location of recovery Recreation Centre at Foundation Site 33. Piano had been at that site for several years, but its unusual properties did not manifest until incident data expunged. Current status disassembled by sledgehammer during containment breach, resulting detritus incinerated. Residual ashes evidence no unusual properties.
Okay, so it's a little interesting piano that makes you have to play it and carry on until you're basically so exhausted.
Yeah. Well, just for 3 hours or until you're incapacitated, in essence. So it's a weird one that this wasn't recovered from anywhere else. This was actually recovered from an actual site itself, so it manifested on site.
Later.
Yeah.
It was at the recreation. How has the Foundation let that go for so long?
Yeah.
And they only did until an incident happened. There's a lot. It's very sort of mysterious, isn't it? Because there's a lot of redacted and data expunged because they don't want you to know.
Yeah.
That it's been found.
Indeed. Yes. Next one, a number 2 pencil that, when used, causes the writer to unknowingly make spelling errors. Spelling errors can be corrected using the pencil. Data recovery sometime in June 2000 something. Location recovery Site 19 supply cabinet. Current status accidentally destroyed. Materials demonstrated no unusual properties. Notes: are you sure the person who reported this just wasn't really bad at spelling?
Well, yeah, that's something you got to think about.
Indeed.
But in order to rule that out, you need to try it with other people.
Yeah.
Like if another person does it and their spelling is awful, and then so you can correct that same spelling error with the same pencil then.
Yeah.
So,
and of course it's been
so you make the spelling error and then you go back and it makes it right again.
Yeah. So it's funny that it's been accidentally destroyed. So I think the joke here is that very much this might not be anomalous. This might be someone who's just embarrassed about their spelling.
Yeah, could very well be.
Indeed. Next one down the list, a white plastic halo which will shine and float when above anybody who has not committed any of the 7 deadly sins, will glow red when placed above anyone else. Current stated melted itself down after being placed above Dr. So-and-so's head.
Oh dear. He's committed one of the 7. I mean, it's difficult to, what do we have? Gluttony? Well, that's if you eat too much.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's done that, haven't they, at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Let's especially you and me, let's not forget those barbecue calzones and the massive amount of Dominoes we've had, with all the sides.
Indeed.
We've definitely committed gluttony. What else is there? Lust? Oh yeah, you lust is everyone lusts after someone. I'm trying to think what they are. There's lust,
gluttony, pride is one. Wrath. That's 4.
That's what, like 4. So there's 7.
What were the other ones? Gluttony,
what
lust,
the other
pride,
3?
Wrath. I can't remember. What were they?
Maybe find out later on.
Yeah.
Well, just open. Just you've got a new tab there.
Yeah,
so
I have.
Put 7 deadly sins.
What were they?
So
Pride,
Wikipedia,
greed, wrath, envy.
Lust, gluttony, sloth.
Okay,
yeah.
so greed.
So pride is So pride is. Oh no, yeah. I just don't think what's the difference between greed and gluttony, but obviously greed is when like you want too much money, or for example, pride is you're always thinking you're so amazing of yourself. Wrath is sort of anger, envy, obviously jealousy, and sloth is everyone's been lazy.
Yeah.
I think nearly every person has committed the seven deadly sins at least once. So all of us would have this halo glowing red then.
Indeed. I'm amazed, frankly, that they discovered this anomaly, because I'm trying to think, like, who have they encountered who has not committed at least one of the seven deadly sins?
Yeah, can you imagine? I don't think it's possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next item, $13 bills ranging from $1 to $20 that scream loudly when placed next to foreign currency. Recovered sometime in the 1900s, location of recovery, something bank. Current status, shredded in paper shredder, strips showed no anomalous properties.
That would be strange. So you have it, let's say you're going on holiday and you've got your euros or pounds or levs or anything, and you just put your dollars and all of a sudden, what the hell is that?
Indeed. That wasn't you actually pretending to scream, pretending to be the security. That was you just pretending. That was you actually screaming at something that happened in your house just then.
No, they're still here. I probably need to take these back to the offices at the foundation.
Yes.
I've brought them home with me, so hopefully I won't get reprimanded for that.
Yeah.
or downvote or demoted to Class D.
Indeed.
No, please.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Item description: a snow globe containing an 11-second time loop of a snowman murdering a bystander with an axe. Recovered 25th of December 2000 something. Location recovery: ski resort in the USA. Current status: on research assistant Goldshiner's desk for aesthetic purposes.
Oh, is that okay? That's aesthetic. Well, I think it's all those times. I suppose it's time for the snowmen to get their revenge. All the time, just leave them there to die when they melt. I think there is actually a horror movie called The Snowman. That I think sort of like that, where he goes out and he's basically a normal snowman, but then a curse goes into him or something goes into it. It turns into a murderous snowman and just goes around killing everyone.
So, do you count that as a horror film or a Christmas film, Phil?
Yeah, we'll probably be both. Horror Christmas thing. Yeah,
Indeed.
Next one.
A redacted brand bobblehead that, when bobbled, causes the user's head to bobble with it. Can create neck injuries if bobbled too hard. Recovered sometime in the 1900s from Seattle, Washington. Current status: it was on Dr. Roger's office desk. It's now in his or her office safe.
I think I can see why. I reckon that some people have come in and just done it, and it's obviously made his head bobble. But yeah, you don't want to do it too viciously, otherwise you could cause serious neck injury.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's a bit like a voodoo doll, where we get something stab a certain person, it actually affects the person. It's a bit like that, isn't it, in a way?
I suppose it's like your secretive way of murdering someone without people realising it was you. Yeah, the person you hate.
His head off.
Yeah, indeed. You just put it on and show it to someone you don't like and say, give it a good bobble, and then they do it, and then it breaks their neck or something.
Yeah.
Exactly. Indeed. Next one along. An early 19th century cannon of Russian manufacture. Cannon will prime, load and fire blanks, with no visible source of powder, if the finale of Tchaikovsky's 1812 overture is played within audible range of the artillery piece. The timing of the shots is slightly off and inconsistent with the music. Location of recovery: Napoleonic Wars exhibit at some museum. Current status: maintained as a lawn ornament in the staff garden at Site 12. Tchaikovsky's 1812 overture added to Site blacklist of restricted materials.
I think we can see why. It's quite a dangerous little one, that one.
Indeed.
So I suppose they've tried it with other classical music and it hasn't really worked.
Yeah.
Just Tchaikovsky's 1812 overture, or the final bit of it anyway.
Yeah.
Just imagine finding that one out when it's just at the end and all of a sudden, bang! Oh.
Yeah, it makes you think that the fact that they've had to add the 1812 overture to the blacklist of restricted material suggests that someone kept playing it for fun.
Yes, again, like that.
Indeed.
And that, how long has it been in that museum as well before it was found that it was doing that?
Yeah.
That's what you got to think of. Yeah.
Indeed. Next one, a glass dinner plate, 11 inches across. When organic material is placed on the plate, it begins to secrete digestive enzymes, mainly proteases and cellulases, which produce foul-tasting waste products and an unpleasant appearance in food. Recovered sometime in the 2000s. Location of recovery: Site 19 cafeteria, discovered by junior researcher redacted, who initially believed the kitchen staff were attempting to poison him. Current status: currently under investigation by Dr. Blank.
Okay, so that's weird. That's almost that's becoming a bit entity-like, isn't it?
It is. I was about to say that feels like something that is about one step away from being classed as an actual SCP.
Yeah, because it's. But at least it's not actually. I suppose it's not doing anything majorly like killing.
Yeah.
It just makes the food taste awful.
I suppose. Yeah. The reason it's not classed as an SCP is because technically it won't be harmful, because although it secretes digestive enzymes, I imagine you have to hold like your hand, say, on it for quite a while before it really actually starts to hurt
Yeah.
you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Funny thing about digestive enzymes is when you eat. Have you ever noticed when you eat pineapple that you suddenly get a weird, like, sort of tingly sensation in your mouth?
Yeah.
That's because pineapple actually has digestive enzymes on it, and that tingly sensation is essentially the pineapple trying to digest the inside of your mouth, but enzymes are not strong enough.
Yeah.
So that's what you feel is a slight tingle. But yeah, pineapple does have digestive enzymes, and it's trying to eat the inside of your mouth, which is what that tingly sensation is.
But of course, your saliva also has enzymes in it as well, so it's like enzyme versus enzyme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think our enzymes are stronger than a pineapple.
Indeed, yeah. And
So
final
the last
one, yeah,
today.
item number 40. A white coffee mug that, at 3 a.m. local time, will replace all fruit juices in its interior with grapefruit juice. Recovered in the 2000s from somewhere in Minnesota. Current status crossed out in the possession of research assistant Jacobs, now just in storage. Notes: effect has consistently failed to manifest after R.A. Jacobs filled the item with grapefruit juice 19 days after recovery.
Oh, okay. So it's been, but that would be again. That would have been annoying. You make yourself a nice cup of coffee, and then you go, "Oh no, oh sorry, no, that wouldn't work, would it? No, it's any fruit juice."
Yeah.
So yes, if you wanted a nice orange juice, and you go, this orange juice doesn't quite taste like orange juice.
It tastes more like grapefruit.
Also, I have gone off any grapefruit juice because I don't know if you know this, but grapefruit is actually harmful to you with certain medications.
Really? Oh, with certain medications, right?
Yeah, there are certain medications that you should never ever have with grapefruit, because if you do, they'll either make you very sick, and in worst cases, you can die.
Gosh.
Yeah, certain. I don't know. It's just the reaction of the medication with the stuff inside the grapefruit is really bad. So it sort of put me off ever wanting to consume a grapefruit or drink it again, just in case I accidentally mix it.
Yeah. I mean, what medications is it though?
I don't know what it is. I can't remember which ones it is. But,
I mean, if you're not on any medications at the moment, then you're fine, pretty much. But yeah.
Yeah, but got to be careful.
Yeah.
Interesting there. They actually did sort of increase in sort of interesting, because we obviously started way at the top with there was I remember the first one we did last time was like an unbreakable phone.
Yeah.
And a coin that always stays heads up. Now we're getting a glass dinner plate that causes enzymes to make foul-tasting food.
And things that technically can hurt you and things like that. So, indeed.
We'll have to see what happens in the next time when we go through 41 to 50.
Yeah,
yes.
Indeed.
And then there's obviously 6 volumes of it, so there's a lot to get through here. Plus, 7 volumes, plus the extra normal events and unexplained locations as well, which we'll get through.
Indeed.
Right, let's go back to... So it's SB entity time now.
It is, the part you've all been waiting for. So, last time we did the first 3...
Did the first, yeah. You did the third one, didn't you?
I did, yes. So I think it'll be over to Phil for SCP-004. The
12 rusty keys in the door. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, object class Euclid is one. Now, if we remember from last time, Euclid is one where they can sometimes escape containment. It's sometimes difficult to, but it's not as bad as Keter.
Yeah, basically it's dangerous and it does require slightly more complex containment procedures, but if you can just get it right, you can still keep it under wraps.
As we'll find out now, because we've got the special containment procedures. So, when handling items SCP-004-2 through to 13, proper procedure is vital. The items are not permitted to be moved off-site unless accompanied by 2 level 4 security personnel. They are basically like like top tier.
Yeah.
I think level 5 is the ultimate one. Under no circumstance should any component of 004 be taken through -1. The effects of doing so are as yet unknown, and the current cost of experimentation makes further research impractical. Should any of the objects contained within -1 breach containment or the facility be breached, the keys must be brought inside and the door closed prior to activation of Site-62's on-site warhead. Unauthorized removal of keys from the testing area is grounds for immediate termination. Level 1 clearance is required for basic access to -1, and Level 4 clearance is required for use of -2 to -13. I'm just going to say it like this because it's going to take us forever to keep going. It's SCP-004 all the time.
Yeah.
So just to make it a bit easier. So, what is it then? It's an old wooden barn door, which is classed as -1, and a set of 12 rusted steel keys, which is -2 to -13. The door itself is the entrance to an abandoned factory in... Who knows? Ooh, data expunged. So let's look at the chronological history. So, now then, No, it's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be the 7th of February because you can't.
Yeah.
No, or is it? No.
Well, if it's
It'll be
American
the
date
2nd
format, which I think it is, it might be 2nd of July.
2nd of July.
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably is. Because I think this is. Anyway, so say 2nd of July, July the 2nd, 1949. A group of 3 juveniles trespassing on federal property near Redacted find the door. According to testimony, they find a set of rusted keys and iron lockbox and determine what door the keys unlock. The juveniles are taken into custody after they contact sheriff, who knows, when one of their friends, SCP-004-CAS01, goes missing. Uh-oh.
I guess
So now we go to the
CS is
3rd of July.
like case, probably.
Case 1, yeah, that probably it. I mean, it was not that difficult to put an E there, was it? Come on, man. Now we move. Yeah, it's got to be July. The 3rd of July now, 1949. Local authorities find the severed right hand of Case 01 8 kilometres from Dash 1. Other parts of 01 case body are found scattered as far as 32 kilometres from the factory. Under interrogation, the apprehended juveniles tell authorities that upon opening the door with one of the keys, Case 01 was torn into several pieces, each of which disappeared. At this point, the SCP Foundation takes over the investigation. Oh my God, this is already. I think it's a good idea to, because there's always going to be so much text to like pause after each paragraph, and we'll have a look at what we're thinking of the thing so far. But this is already sounding quite gruesome.
Indeed, yes.
His hand's been scattered. Body is just miles away, torn into several pieces. Oh dear. This is what you've got to understand, viewers. Some of the SCP entities they're okay. Some of them can be quite
Nasty.
creepy, gruesome. Yeah. So we move to day 4th of July in 1949. SCP agent obtains the keys and local authorities begin testing. Tests show that 2 through 13 all fit into a single lock on the large barred door. 12 Class D... Oh, here we go. Poor Class D personnel. Always think that companies doing everything, don't they? 12 Class D personnel are assigned to test the effects of the door. Of course they are. Of the 12 test subjects, each trying a different key to enter the room, only 2 survive. Imagine that, though. You're Class D personnel and you're basically going to die because of these fucking things.
The thing is, though,
opening the door...
I would say, do they actually tell the Class Ds what to expect, though? Or do they just sort of send them in there?
Yeah, it's probably the thing, isn't it? And under pain of you will get terminated if you don't do what we say. Yeah. Opening the door with any key except 7 or 12 caused the test subject to be torn apart in multiple directions. However, no dismembered parts were found until later. At the time of writing, only 2 parts of each subject have been recovered, with the exception of the subject using 004- whose pieces were scattered in close proximity. The others have, for all intents and purposes, vanished from existence. Good God. This is not looking for them, is it? So of the 2 surviving subjects, only one, who used -7, returned unharmed. The other came back in a near catatonic state, able only to move himself in the room and then collapse on the floor, and had to be restrained to prevent him from gouging out his eyes. We need to see the Appendix A mental health effects of -004. The subject using -7 said that he'd entered a large room, impossibly big for the size of the attached building. After his exit, -1 was propped open and an armed squad of Level 3 personnel entered. The size of the room is impossible to measure, and the door frame and the individuals in the room are only part of the room that can be felt or illuminated. So it seems that it can be bigger. Seems like it's going to be a room that keeps changing.
Yes. Getting a bit of like a House of Leaves vibe, but we'll see where it goes. Yeah.
Now we move on to the 16th of July. The juvenile suspects and sheriff are terminated.
Oh, wow. They just full on killed them. Okay.
Okay, now we go to the 2nd of August now. So somewhere is declared a hazardous area due to unexploded ordnance, and fences erected in order to prevent civilian ingress. Tests to determine safety of exposure to environment beyond -1 begin. Okay, so 1st of December. Oh God, okay, it was ages now. 1st of December 1950. Space-time anomalies resulting from exposure to -004 are confirmed. Testing is suspended until further notice. So now we're getting some weird stuff happening.
Yeah.
On the 2nd of July in 19-something, we don't know. The unaccounted for remains of Case 01 appear unexpectedly outside -1. Despite being killed decades before, the remains of Case 1 are not decomposed in any manner and are still warm to the touch. Blood remains uncoagulated. The remains are romantic. Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so he's come back basically. So it's like if he's stuck somewhere and then come back, but dead, but not decomposed.
Yeah, so basically I'm guessing there's like some weird time shenanigans going on where on our side of the door time is progressing normally, but on the other side, quote unquote, wherever the body parts go, time is like massively slowed, so things don't decompose. Something like that.
Yeah. Something like that. Okay, 4th of July is don't know quite the year. The accounted for remains of one of the 12 original test subjects appear in similar manner to those of Case 01. The remains have been designated 02. Records suggest that both Case 01 and Case 02 used. You don't know which
Yeah.
key you've used. I like how they say a number and then put the actual number in brackets. 1212. Just in case you didn't know what 12 looked like in numerical format. Well, actually, no, that's good because it's like it's done in a scientific way.
Yeah.
So it's a way of doing it that way.
Indeed.
Okay, now we move to the 21st of March of 1999. With a massive proliferation of nuclear weapons and World War III only whatever years away, construction has begun on a site inside Dash 1. This site is to stock supplies for person days. Okay.
Yeah.
World War III. Oh, God, are we in a different timeline here?
I wonder if that's. I'm trying to think, like, that's interesting, 1999, and they're saying nuclear war is only a few years away. I'm trying to think, like, what real-world events were happening in 1999 that possibly got people... I mean, I know, like, India and Pakistan had pretty much developed nuclear weapons, and there'd been, like, the Kargil War, stuff like that, so maybe that's what, basically, that's referring to, possibly.
I think everything with the Cold War had all ended by now. So.
Yeah.
Okay, 21st of April in 1999. So something has ordered the site inside Dash 1 to be expanded to include emergency storage for all mobile SCP blank specimens and a something petabyte database for the storage of all SCP data. The facility is now referred to as Site 62. Oh, so when we come to the read about the sites, we can now learn what that one is then. So it's got SCP-004. Okay. Now we're going to 25th of September of 2000. Site 62 is operational. Labs and containment units are complete and can contain the most dangerous specimens. Backup of the SCP database has begun. Okay, so they're actually now sort of using it for something. Okay, 25th of January 2001. Due to time anomalies, see space-time anomalies below, all personnel working at Site 62 are now required to reside on-site permanently. Families of personnel to be informed that loved ones perished in an industrial accident. Clone bodies have been prepared for funeral.
Oh, God. Wow.
Yeah. So the people are never going to see their family again, and the families have been told they've died.
Is that... I mean, I'm going to take a guess, because it's saying, obviously, it's due to time anomalies. Is it because they've realised that whoever's actually in there basically is going to be aging at a weird rate compared to everyone on the outside? That's going to cause weird questions if ever they come out of Site 62.
Actually, that's a good thought. Well, we'll probably see that in a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. And it looks like the final one is 14th of August 2003. Massive power outage across northeast United States through Canada, which was actually a real thing in real life. They did have a massive power outage. Due to the initial failure of multiple SCP generators, Site 62 was without power for 53 minutes. During those 53 minutes, those on site were completely without any source of light. They reported sensing creatures and people, although no abnormal entities could be seen or felt. Selected facility personnel were allowed to read blank Appendix A and said the creatures sensed were of humanoid size, but otherwise similar to the massive green creature described.
Oh, green creature.
So let's have a look at space-time anomalies. Dash 04 seems to propagate spatio-temporal anomalies. Personnel leaving the facility report losing time. Those have been in the site for weeks and says they've only been in the facility for several days, and records of work completed and supplies consumed support their claims. Other temporal anomalies involve Dash 2 through Dash 13, especially the reappearance of Case 1 and Case 2, exactly blank years after using whichever Dash 4 we're using, has been decided to investigate all aspects of these time anomalies. Spatial anomalies include the impossibly large dimensions of the area opened by Dash 7. Similarly, the 2003 blackout incident suggests there exists an alternate plane of existence within the same space that Site 62 occupies.
Interesting.
Yeah, so some weird time anomalies are going on here.
Yeah.
Additional notes. Testing on Dash 004 reveals that 10 keys open Dash 1 on a dimension where the laws of physics and topology are significantly different than those of our home dimension. Test subjects meeting these hostile conditions are torn apart, their body parts deposited in various locations, only 3 of which have been verified to be on Earth. Material deposit 2 of these points appears immediately. Material deposit 3rd appears exactly whatever years into the future. The other 7 locations are currently unknown. Current testing focuses on 2 avenues of research. The first is finding ways to survive O4's hostile topologies. The second, expunge, suggested that Dash 2 through Dash 13 may open doors other than Dash 1.
Weird.
Intriguing one.
Yeah.
Appendix A, the mental health effects of Dash 12. All Class D personnel using Dash 12 return in a catatonic state, unable to speak. Some may have enough energy left to try to claw out their eyes. Of the 16 subjects, only 4 have survived. Only 1 has regained speech following long-term psychotherapy. He was able to tell the psychiatrist that he saw a massive green creature so large that much of its body extended beyond his field of view. He reported innate fear and sudden recognition if it was something very deep in his primal fears, and forced implantation of incomprehensible memories. Subject displays acute anterior grade and retrograde amnesia.
Ooh.
My God. It's
Okay.
seems to be causing some really bad things to people.
So this has gone kind of almost a bit in a Lovecraftian direction with like ideas of
Yeah.
planes of existence where there's like entities and creatures beyond our comprehension, kind of.
And all describing this massive green creature as well.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, Appendix B, any additional information? So we're looking at Dash 14, which was discovered on the 2nd of September 1950. Object was discovered elsewhere in factory area in the previously undiscovered manager's office. Object appears as a large unvarnished wooden box. The box may be unlocked by the safe key, Dash 7, as well as 5 of the unsafe keys, which we see document Dash 1. Upon unlocking Dash 14 with Dash 7, the box opens automatically on hinges. The volume of the space inside is precisely 5 times greater than the outer dimensions imply. Items placed within while the lid remains open do not affect the weight or other properties of the box. When the lid is closed and locked, however, all items inside vanish irretrievably. Personnel locked inside the box are also irretrievable, although losing personnel is fashion appears to affect significantly the dreams experienced by expunged.
Okay. Weird.
That's 4. An interesting, weird thing, isn't it?
That was a strange one, yeah. So what starts as just, basically a door turns into basically an access to a whole other dimension, and there's possibly other creatures and entities that we don't really understand.
And something which can rip you apart, but it seems that Dash 7's the safe one.
Yeah.
The others are not.
Indeed.
How bizarre.
Yeah. It almost made me think a bit like something out of the back rooms or something. Like you go through a door into a weird dimension, but very peculiar.
It's a cross maybe between back rooms and Lovecraftian stuff.
Yeah. But I imagine obviously this was probably written way, way before the back rooms was ever a thing. I would guess. So that was 004, ladies and gentlemen. Now we come on to 005, Skeleton Key. Okay. Okay. So this is a safe object class, this one. Special containment procedures. 005 poses no immediate risk in any direct sense. Even so, its unique functions require special measures be taken to restrict access and manipulation of the object. Approval of at least 1 Level 4 personnel is required for the removal of the object from its containment area. Okay, so straightforward at the moment. Let's have a look at the description. It's actually only a short one. This might be able to get through more than 3 this episode, which will be good. Description. In appearance, 005 resembles an ornate key, displaying the characteristics of a typical mass-produced key used in the 1920s. The key was discovered when a civilian used it to infiltrate a high-security facility. 005 seems to have the unique ability to open any and all forms of lock, see Appendix A, be they mechanical or digital, with relative ease. The origin of this ability has yet to be determined. Additional notes. Yeah.
That would be really dangerous, actually. But I like how how is it that some of them have pictures and some don't?
Yeah, I think a lot of these pictures are things that people have just found online and have used them. From what I understand. Indeed. Additional notes. 005 may be used as a replacement for lost security passes, but only under the supervision of at least 1 Level 4 personnel. 005 may not be used for vending machine repairs, opening lockers, or for any personnel's spare home key. Removal of the object from the compound will result in immediate termination. That suggests to me that someone has tried to use it for these things.
It's a dangerous object, because if it couldn't be used to open any lock anywhere, you could. I imagine all the security breaches you could have.
The abuse of power that enables you to undertake. Indeed. Appendix A. While 005 has been shown to be effective in removing almost any form of locking device, further experiments have shown that efforts to disguise the purpose or identity of a lock have proven at least somewhat successful in defeating 005's ability. In approximately 50% of cases where a volunteer was not able to identify a locking device as such, 005 was not successful in deactivating the device. Due to these results, 005 has been tentatively classified as sentient, and further tests are being run to determine its cognitive abilities. However, there are no results that show any traits that prevent it from being able to identify any particular locking device, only that the aforementioned device has been heavily concealed and disguised.
Okay, so if you do sort of disguise or hide a lot, they won't be able to unlock.
That's curious. Interesting. So I was about to, as I was reading this, I was sort of asking myself, this is interesting, but why is it classed as an SCP and not just as an anomalous item? But the sentient part, that's probably why it's an SCP then, because there's a hint that it might actually be thinking.
Yeah, I think that's why as well. And it seems to get confused by locks that are disguised.
Yes.
Maybe a default anomalous item wouldn't be able to do that.
Indeed, yeah. Weird. Okay, so that's probably our first sort of example of one that's not directly harmful, but which someone could use to cause harm.
Yeah, well, to get into anything.
Yeah, indeed. Right.
Okay, we move on to SCP-006, which is the Fountain of Youth.
Okay.
Ooh. Under direct orders of the founder, access is limited to those with overseer clearance. Overseer clearance granted. Oh, so we're overseer now, are we? Okay.
Wow, that's how high up we are, Phil.
Yeah, I know, we are. So, safe. Okay, so it's already a good start when it's been classed as safe, because we know it's going to be okay. So, let's look at containment procedures. Whereas the nature of 06 does not warrant any extensive containment, a certain level of secrecy is necessary regarding the object's existence and properties for obvious reasons. The following procedures are required not for personnel safety, but to deny or hide knowledge of 06 effects from the personnel who interact with it. All personnel interacting with 006 in any physical way are required to wear modified Class 6 BNC suits. Before personnel are allowed to perform procedures, they must be briefed with material SCP-006-B or SCP-006-C. SCP-006-A briefing is the correct one, as it restricts only those with O5 clearance. To ensure personnel are wearing suits properly, they are to be submerged into a pool of water. Any air bubbles spotted signify a leak in the suit. Procedures with 006 are to be carried out under extreme surveillance. In case of contact with 006, the commander in charge will announce procedure 006 XI-12, which the personnel have been briefed to believe to mean high toxicity is present and they must evacuate. Any procedure in which liquid is acquired by 06 must be approved by 3 O5 level personnel. The liquid is to be transferred in a quad-sealed container and under armed guard. If at any time personnel come into contact with 06 or liquid from 06, they are to be confined and terminated after sufficient studies are done. Due to the nature of 06, the most effective termination method is incineration.
Oh, Jesus.
God. For a full report, the 006T05, okay?
Yeah.
God, what is this thing that needs this much? It's supposed to be safe. Okay, let's have a look what it is.
Yes.
So, it is a very small spring located 60 kilometres west of Astrakhan. Foundation Command was aware of existence since the 19th century, but unable to secure it until 1991 due to political reasons. On the spot of the spring, a chemical factory has been constructed as a disguise, with the majority of labourers under Foundation and/or Russian control. The liquid emitted from the spring has been chemically identified as simple mineral water in 1902, but has the unusual property of health.
Quote unquote.
Yeah. Injecting the liquid produces the following properties in human beings. I read the next bit after. The ability to regenerate DNA damaged by sufficient duplication, heightened excitement of cellular duplication, vastly improved abilities in the repair of damaged tissue, and a frightening increase in the effectiveness of the human immune system. Upon testing the liquid on animal subjects, hostile bacterial and viral agents were destroyed immediately. Many reptiles and birds were unaffected, while higher primates experienced the same benefits as humans.
Okay, so it literally is the fountain. Well, it's sort of like a fountain of youth thing that basically gives your body extreme healing powers.
Exactly. So why the SCP Foundation wanting you to basically not use it?
So it's a strange one, yeah.
That would be though to cure yourself of any illnesses, though.
So I'm sort of taking from the way it's worded. It says like a frightening increase in the effectiveness of the human immune system. Why is that described as frightening? Is that suggesting that it's so powerful that it literally actually can badly affect you?
Yeah, it can attack your own other cells.
Because that's the thing about the immune system. There are like types of conditions out there where your immune system can be too strong, and as a result, it like attacks parts of your own body, that kind of thing. So,
have you heard of locked-in syndrome?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where your immune system attacks your nervous system,
Indeed.
and you basically become completely immobile and can't move. All the name for it is a Guillain-Barré syndrome as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awful. Yeah, it's where your immune system views your nervous system as a threat. So it basically breaks it, and you basically can't move. I think the only thing you can move is your eyes.
Yes.
But I could probably see why that maybe something like that would happen. But I mean, if you only like, what happens if you just like put a finger in? Imagine, I've got a bee sting. I've got a bee sting. Ah, there we go.
So to be fair though, looking at the wording, I think it says ingesting the liquid. So I think you actually have to drink it, not just touch it. Something like that. I guess the danger this one presents then is that because it's effectively a weird sort of fountain of youth thing. The danger is that if this became widely known, you'd probably have lots of religious movements flying pilgrims out, and the danger then
Yeah.
that you end up with lots of people potentially getting injured or hurt by it.
There it is itself. There's SCP-006, or someone just Google search river.
Yeah, indeed. As first Google image search result. Yeah. Oh, that was 006. Let's do
7 next.
7, the abdominal planet.
Okay, that sounds a bit weird.
Yeah, no picture for this one, but it's object class Euclid. Special containment procedures 007 is to be contained in a sealed room measuring 10 metres on each side. Room is to be furnished comfortably as a living area, along with whatever items are requested by blank, hereafter referred to as subject, given that providing subject with requested items would not compromise security. Subject is not to be allowed to leave the room, and is to be detained with force if necessary. Okay.
Right, okay.
So, description: 007 is located within a cavity in the abdomen of the subject. Subject is a Caucasian male, physically approximately 25 years of age, though they claim to be 28, and 176 centimetres in height. Most of subject's abdomen, muscles, skin and organs is absent, though subject does not appear to suffer because of this. Instead of normal flesh, a sphere composed of soil and water is present, though it does not actually come into contact with subject's body at any point. The sphere appears to be, in most respects, a miniature near duplicate of the Earth, approximately 60 centimetres in diameter, although continental alignment is not consistent with that of any alignment known in Earth's history. The sphere has its own weather patterns and negligible gravitational pull, in addition to microscopic organisms somewhat resembling those of modern-day Earth inhabiting it. 2 intelligent species have been observed, though contact and communication with either has yet to be made. Technology levels of observed species must be checked at least once a week, and as of blank, are approximately equal to that of 15th century Earth. Weird. Subject claims to be named blank, though no records of such a person can be found. Subject does not require food or water, and while he's been observed consuming both, what happens to such substances after being swallowed is unknown. Subject is intelligent, IQ has been measured at 128, and amiable, and regards the planet in his abdomen as a minor curiosity about his body. Subject seems to experience no stress about his unusual condition. When questioned about planet's origins, Subject replied, "I just woke up one day and there it was. I don't have any idea how it got there." Subject has provided a social security number and driver's license number, and requested that they be checked against known records. When checked, it was discovered that neither had yet been allocated. Dr. Blank has a weekly chess game with the subject, during which subject's mental health is evaluated. Dr. Blank reports that subject does not seem to mind the restricted living environment, and has yet to attempt to escape or show signs of violence or mental illness, though he has repeatedly requested a computer with an internet connection. It is recommended that this not be provided, as it may be used to compromise security.
Ooh.
Weird.
That's a bit interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. So
that would be. Imagine having imagine having something there inside your body, replacing your organs and everything.
Yeah.
And looking at Earth.
Indeed. How strange. So most of his abdomen appears to be absent, and then like floating where it would be is kind of this miniature Earth planet sort of thing. Strange.
God, that's strange. But I mean, again, it's not causing a threat.
No, he's not causing a threat. But yeah. So again, I guess I'm sort of thinking, why is this one Euclid and not safe, given that it's made no attempt to escape? And I guess it's probably because of the fact that he's requested internet access, and they just deem that to be a potential security risk. So
yeah, because if you're supposed to show pictures or anything, what can happen there?
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I guess also because of the fact that technically there are life forms on this abdominal planet, so it's like, okay, well, that could be a potential risk as well, because we don't know exactly what the deal is with those microscopic life forms. Yeah.
Exactly, that's what you have to think as well.
Indeed.
Okay.
What a strange
Interesting
one. Yeah.
Okay, should we do one more then? Actually, we'll do 2 more, because then that's me and you. Okay, so I'll do 008 now, which is going to be the zombie plague. Oh god, this is really important. So this level 4 classification we need for that. Well, I think we've got level 4, so let's just log in. Password 123. There we are. We're in.
Sorry about that. Slight internet gubbins happening then, Phil.
Yeah. Where did I get up to? Well,
I don't think I really heard anything of what you said, so I guess just start back at the beginning.
Oh, so it cut me off right at the start?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Right. So let's have a look at this then again. So it's Euclid, and if we look at the containment procedures, so zero 008 samples have been deemed class 5 extreme biological hazards, and all related protocols apply. Incineration and radiation measures will be deployed in the event of political and military action, which may result in the facility being dismantled, a power failure, or zero communication from operatives or outside channels during any given 8-hour period. The quarantine period for operatives leaving the facility is 4 months. If a breach has occurred, incineration and irradiation measures shall be deployed. It should be the policy of all G2 sites to not prepare an evacuation procedure.
Okay.
It's looking a bit nasty.
Yes.
From the way the containment procedure.
I'm pretty sure this was actually in Containment Breach, this one. There was like a room which had a sample of it in there, and I think it could kill you, yeah. And it was pretty bad, yes.
Well, let's find out what it is, shall we? It's a complex prion, samples of which are stored in each of the known G2 sites. Research is highly classified and primarily aimed at preventing research which may lead to the synthesis of it in the distant future. Traits include 100% infectiousness, 100% lethality, transmission through exposed mucous membranes and all bodily fluids, and it's not airborne or waterborne. So it's a bit nasty.
Yeah.
I think we can take it on. Okay. Symptoms of infection with 008 manifest no more than 3 hours after exposure and include flu-like symptoms with high fever, plus severe dementia in later stages. Oh God, that's already a bad start.
Yep.
A coma onset approximately 20 hours after first symptoms appear and 12 hours after noticeable dementia. Coma onset will be considered onset of death. A period of sporadic cellular necrosis occurs, which comes to resemble gangrene. Surviving tissue resumes original function and is highly resilient. Okay, that's a bit weird. Red blood cells greatly increase oxygen storage capacity, resulting in slower blood flow and increased muscle endurance and strength. Right.
Ooh.
Okay, so making it okay. Nervous and muscular systems are unaffected by total organ failure for several hours. Right. Metabolism may decrease to extremely low levels, allowing subjects to survive for over 10 years without nutrition. Oh my God.
Okay.
High blood viscosity results in negligible blood flow from gunshot, puncture, and slashing injuries. Yeah, that's a good thing. You're basically sort of not going to get injured, are you?
I'm saying,
in a way?
yeah, I'm thinking it, like, basically it turns you into like a horrifying, hard-to-kill zombie, kind of, by the looks of it.
Which is why it's called the zombie plague.
Yeah, there you go.
Conditioned behaviour, motor controls, and instinctive behavioural mechanisms of damage and cognitive abilities are severely retarded and erratic. Animals experience excessive brain necrosis and are inactive. Okay. Subject can adapt to its damaged nervous system but is limited to basic physical activities including standing up, balancing on 2 legs, walking, biting, grabbing and crawling. Subject will energetically move towards sights, sounds and smells it associates with living humans. Subject will attempt to ingest living humans if physical contact is made. And neutralising fully infected subject requires significant cranial trauma. Hang on, this is just basically like a zombie that you get in the video game.
Indeed.
Yeah, that's basically what's happening here. There is strong evidence to suggest that 008 itself did not form naturally on Earth, since variants of similar complexity would have displaced much of the ecosystem. In 1959, a short collaborative effort with the USSR to locate G2 sites and eliminate 008 was negotiated following their discovery. The status of 008 in Russian custody since collaboration ended is unknown. And addendum number 1. SCP-500 has been found to be completely cure 008 even in the advanced stages of the disease.
Ooh.
What is SCP-500? Well, we're not going to find out for a very long time.
I think I might know what it is, because I think that might have been one that was in Containment Breach as well. 500, yeah. Indeed.
But this, yeah, so it basically turns you into a zombie, is what we can gather from this, this SCP.
Indeed.
Oh dear.
So, pretty bad, that one, if you get it.
Very bad one.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, final one for this video,
Okay.
Red Ice 009. We've got a picture with that one, I see. So it's a Euclid. Special containment procedures. Object is to be contained within a sealed storage tank of heat-resistant alloy with dimensions not less than 2 meters by 2 meters by 2 meters. Under no circumstances should 009 be exposed to temperatures in excess of 0 degrees centigrade when not undergoing testing, and no water-based solution shall be allowed within 30 meters of the object's containment area. Object's chamber is to be fitted with temperature sensors which must be monitored at all times, and is to be kept refrigerated by no fewer than 3 redundant cooling units. Any malfunction of sensors or of coolant systems is to be reported and repaired immediately. If at any time the temperature in the containment area climbs above -5 degrees centigrade, the chamber is to be locked down and flooded with coolant, until temperatures return to safe levels, which are between -30 and -25. Containment areas to be kept in total vacuum during testing, and personnel interacting with 009 must wear full environmental protection gear. Following testing, all equipment, personnel and other materials must undergo dehydration procedures and be quarantined for no less than 12 hours. Any moisture found displaying properties of 009 is to be quarantined and added to the containment area as soon as possible. Living organisms found to be contaminated by 009 are to be terminated by chemical desiccation and extracted molecules of 009 added to containment.
Oh, brilliant. This sounds another lovely thing, doesn't it?
Yes, what a strange one. Well, let's find out what it is then. Description. 009 is approximately blank litres of a substance which superficially resembles distilled water, H2O, except with a distinct bright red hue. This red hue is discernible in all phases and serves as the most expedient method of identifying contaminated matter before its anomalous properties manifest. In contrast to mundane water, 009 assumes a liquid phase at temperatures between -100 and 0, and a solid state above these temperatures. At temperatures below -100, 009 vaporizes into a gaseous phase similar to steam. Examinations of the atomic structure of 009 have proved inconclusive. The substance appears to be identical to normal water molecules, with the exception of redacted, in contrast to standard laws of enthalpy. Dr. Blank, Site Blank's resident expert on xenospatial physics, suggests that SCP-009 may originate in a universe with alternate physical laws. Okay. The most hazardous property of 009, however, is its ability to contaminate normal water. When in contact with any aqueous solution, 009 will, through unknown mechanisms, transfer its anomalous properties to other objects and creatures. Testing has shown it capable of assimilating ice, steam, tea, fruit juice, seawater, blood, and data expunged. The time it takes for this process to occur varies depending on temperature and the exact chemical composition of affected matter, and had been observed as taking between 3 minutes and blank hours. Experiments on D-class personnel have illustrated the process of conversion by the substance, which has been found to follow a consistent pattern. 1. Initial exposure. Subject is exposed to 009 and it begins assimilating any moisture present on the exposed surface. Creatures in this stage do not commonly notice any unusual symptoms except for a slight warming sensation. 2. Surface conversion. Frost begins to form on the exposed area as the heat produced by the subject and 009 itself raises its temperature above 0 degrees. This stage can take anywhere from 1 minute to blank hours, during which time subjects begin to feel redacted crystals from the epidermis. 3. Deep tissue conversion. Exponential increase in temperature of 009 causes runaway reaction throughout the subject's body, resulting in redacted. Actual blood loss is minimal due to ice crystals redacted, allowing subjects to remain alive and conscious for up to blank hours. 4. Data expunged. Testing on D-class personnel was discontinued as of the 23rd of April 2000 and something.
Oh God, sounds awful, doesn't it?
Yeah, so basically the idea is it's like a liquid thing that above 0 degrees turns into its icy form, and it basically converts any liquid it touches into more of itself.
Yeah. So, and that doesn't help when the majority of the human body is water.
Yeah, exactly.
Nasty.
Addendum. Circumstances of retrieval. Subject was found in blank Alaska on 5th of November 19-something. The Foundation became involved after reports were obtained from the native blank tribe, who came across the mangled bodies of a team of seal hunters which had apparently been shipwrecked blank kilometres from the village. All victims were found encased in red ice. Cause of death recorded as internal bleeding, though closer examination found redacted. It is surmised that the low ambient temperatures in the area retarded the freezing process. This prolonged the time to total conversion by blank hours and allowed the victims to remain conscious until data expunged. Origin of 009 is currently unknown. Investigation into similar events or materials in the area is ongoing. Evidence at the scene suggests redacted, possibly involving SCP blank.
Well, there's a lot of redacted going on, isn't there?
Yes, so by the sound of it, it's connected to another SCP. It says, see exploration log A009-1 for details. It's just like on a different page by the looks of it. Let's have a look at it then, shall we? So exploration log 5th of November 19-something. Situational report, Mobile Task Force Beta 7, the Mass Hatters, was deployed to recovery site to catalogue and safely retrieve samples of 009 for transport to Site Blank. Agent Blank Bryce, MTF B7, made a visual inspection of the area and noted 3 bodies, all male, between the ages of something and 40 years. Dr. Blank, also on site, surmised from the relative position of subjects that Mr. Blank, age 32, hereafter referred to as Subject 0, was the origin point of Redacted. Subsequent subjects are presumed to have been exposed to 009 while attempting to help Subject 0 back to the wreckage of the boat. During standard perimeter sweep, Agent Blank Hughes located what appeared to be humanoid tracks leading northeast. After brief deliberation, a 3-man team consisting of Agents Hughes, Whitmore and Cassidy was dispatched to investigate potential security breach.
What is funny is the fact that we sometimes seem to get some names, but some, like doctors and agents, have their names redacted.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. Begin log at 6:42:43 EST. Agent Hughes, we found something. Control, it's a cave. The tracks lead inside. Control says, copy Hughes, what do you see? Hughes says, looks like a crack in the ice. It's maybe a metre tall. The opening's not very wide. Agent Whitmore, Captain, we got a body. Unidentified shuffling noises are heard. Control says, we didn't copy. Hughes, repeat. Hughes says, there's a subject here, Control, frozen in the skip. Male, about 15. Looks like he was trying to crawl away from something. There's a spear gun here, also frozen. It's been fired. Control says, any signs of trauma? There is a pause.
God. Yes. Getting work, isn't it?
Agent Cassidy says, without touching him, I can't be sure, but it looks like he was stabbed by something. See how he's gripping his chest here? Right where this spike is growing out. He might have been attacked. Hughes, did you hear her? Control. Control, affirmative. Tag the coordinates for recovery and proceed into the cave. Whitmore, we're using live fire, Captain. Hughes, they might be hostile, so yes, but keep them in single shot mode. Don't want the guns getting too hot. Cassidy says, good call. Don't want to end up like this guy. Whitmore says something unintelligible, then that's for sure. Agents ready their weapons and proceed. Approximately 2 minutes pass. Whitmore says something, but we don't know what. There you go.
That's the unintelligible. Like the characters from Animal Crossing.
Yeah. Control. Please repeat, Hughes. We didn't copy. Hughes, it's there. There's a chamber in here. Control, I'd say 5 or 6 meters in diameter. It's filled with red ice. In the middle, there's a pool. Looks about 3 meters wide. Depth unknown. Cassidy, the fuck hat. Then screaming. Gunfire. There you go. Phil's doing the sound effects. Control, Hughes, come in. Are there hostiles? There is a brief pause. Hughes says, fucking hell. Negative. Control, just, Jesus, a fucking polar bear. It's dead. There's dozens of bodies here, not human. I see a few seals, a snow fox, and a... What the hell? The fuck is that? Says Whitmore. Cassidy says, no, oh god. Control, Hughes, do you copy? Cassidy found a spider, a giant spider. Ooh boy. There is a pause during which shuffling and hard breathing are heard. Control, is it alive? What do you mean by giant? Hughes says, I mean fucking huge, Control. At least a metre leg span. It's frozen. Wait, no. Shit, I don't see anything inside. It almost looks like it's made of this stuff. Cassidy, something unintelligible. Not possible. We're nowhere close to Germany. Whitmore says, what? What about Germany? Cassidy says, Captain, I'm pretty sure that's 3023. Control says, repeat, Captain. Hugh said, Cassidy said the spider is SCP-3023, Control. Okay.
Well, sorry guys, but we are a long way of ever seeing that one.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, there is a pause. Control, that's not possible, Hughes. Why would you think that? Cassidy, voice elevated. I'm sure, Control. I've worked with 3023. It's an instance made of Skip 9. Whitmore, wait, what's 3023? Control, that is classified. Agent Cassidy, you are to speak no more of this. If the specimen is destroyed, there is no reason to worry about it. Please continue your search. Cassidy, but how the fuck did it get here? Hughes, we copy. Control. Cassidy, sweep the perimeter, see if there's any side tunnels. So Cassidy says, but. Hughes interrupts, that's an order. Cassidy says something unintelligible. Do your Animal Crossing voices. Hughes says, check these corpses, see if there are any humans. Whitmore says, on it. Control. Agent Hughes, how deep is the pool you mentioned? Hughes says, can't see the bottom. God, I'm having SCP-354 flashbacks. This is not cool. Control says, focus, Captain. Is there anything nearby you can use to measure the depth? Hughes pauses, then says, well, the spider has a spear sticking out of it. Control, can you safely retrieve it? Hughes, the suit should protect me, right? Control, all the same, try not to touch the affected material. Hughes says, alright, I've got it. Should work. Looks to be around about 1.5 metres long. Control says, copy that, Hughes, proceed with caution. There's a pause. Hughes says, well, it's definitely more than a metre deep. I could go further, but I have to get my hand closer to that stuff. Suit or no suit, I prefer not to do that. Control says, affirmative, Captain. Will dispatch some D-class with gear to test that out. Continue your search. Yeah.
Oh God, you have to feel so sorry for D-class. Just shove them in there; they'll do it.
Yeah. Hughes, copy that. Well, I guess I'm Cassidy, voice distant, Captain. Hughes, standby. Control. What is it, Cassidy? Cassidy, from a distance. I think you're going to want to see this, sir. I think I know where the spider came from.
No, Andrew, you need to portray your voice as though it's at a distance.
Okay, let me try that again. I think you're going to want to see this, sir. I think I know where the spider came from. Sorry,
there we go.
It's quiet because, they're a distance away. Hughes, Control, I'm going deeper in the cave. Control says affirmative, proceed. Approximately 1 minute of boots crunching on ice and packed snow. Can you do that sound, Phil?
Crunch, crunch, crunchy, 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 crunch.
Yes, that's exactly what my shoes sound like on snow. They sound like your voice going crunch, crunch, crunchy, crunch. Hughes says, oh, that's not good. Control says, what do you see, Captain? Hughes, an aperture about 1 metre in diameter. It's covered in the stuff. Cassidy, 10 seconds of silence. Hughes,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hughes says, blank, report. Control, do you have a visual of Agent Cassidy? Hughes, no. Shit, she must have gone inside. Control, please remain calm. Describe this aperture. Hughes says, it just looks like a tunnel, but there's no ice past the mouth, red or otherwise. I can make out a dim light coming from somewhere inside. Might be Cassidy's torch. Control, is there anything else unusual? Hughes, Cassidy? Cassidy. Control, Captain Hughes, please respond. Is there anything else unusual about the tunnel? Hughes, yeah, it's wet. The tunnels are, and the floor. There's a puddle about 1 metre down. Shit, the puddle is red. A few minutes of breathing and shuffling noises.
There's a dog there. A white dog.
Indeed. Hughes, Control, did you get that? Control, affirmative, standby. 30 seconds of breathing followed by approaching footsteps. Okay, you do the breathing, I'll do the timing. 1, 2, 3. No, that's enough of that, I think. Yep. Whitmore, yo, what's up? Where's Cassidy? Hughes, she went in there. Yo, Cassidy, holler back, girl.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Hughes, something unintelligible. Control, I'm going in there. Control, negative Hughes, we're rerouting a team of D-class for recovery. Your orders are to withdraw the rest of your team and await further orders.
You're not American.
Dear me. Hughes, data redacted. Whitmore, whoa, hold up, take it easy. Control, you have your orders, Hughes. I don't think I need to remind you. Data expunged. 45 seconds of silence. Copy Control. Let's go blank. Ooh. Okay.
What an interesting story in an exploration log about finding 009. Okay.
Yeah, but we've still got a few addendums to go through here. Addendum 9th of November 19-something. After the initial report and retrieval of specimens, it was confirmed that the arachnoid entity found by MTF-B7, see attached file, which that's the exploration log. Yeah, we don't need to read that then, was indeed a previously unknown instance of 3023. Investigation has revealed the instance originated in redacted as a result of data expunged. Okay. Addendum,
yeah, I know that so well. I've heard redacted and was caused by data expunged.
Indeed, yeah. 6th of December 19-something. At repeated inquiries, it should be noted that the portion of coastline upon which the initial victims were found was barren rock approximately blank metres from the seashore and was sufficiently dry and cold to prevent significant contamination of the surrounding area. Had the site been closer to the water, there is little doubt an extinction level event would have ensued. Consideration of upgrading 009 to Keter class under review.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Addendum 16th of December 2000-something. Supercooling of 009 for the purposes of experimentation is disallowed until further notice. Personnel are advised that liquid nitrogen is only to be used on the subject in controlled amounts and only until temperatures have reached acceptable levels. Related note, possible application of 009 in cold fusion research pending evaluation.
Okay.
Yeah. Memo from O5 Command from 9th of January 2000-something. We've decided to keep this thing Euclid for now. We understand the concerns raised, but as long as you keep the power on and nobody goes near its containment area, there shouldn't be a problem. That's why we're keeping it in Site Blank after all. As for the cold fusion research, we're putting a pin in that for now. Frankly, we don't have it in the budget for another snafu like Site Blank. The salvage team still hasn't found Dr. Blank's redacted.
So is it only O5 who can upgrade or downgrade the status of a SCP?
Possibly.
Assume.
Yeah. There's also one more thing. Cross-testing report 9507F23.
Okay.
The following experiment record was recovered via a chance occurrence of SCP-507 shifting into a universe in which the described test was carried out using SCP-107. The applicability of the reported findings to our own universe is pending review. Input 10 milliliters of SCP-009. Result: red snow fell in test area for 27 minutes with moderate intensity. Grass growing in test area began runaway reaction, which ended with entire area being frozen within minutes. Notably, enthalpathic reaction of 009 did not extend past the effective radius of SCP-107 for reasons still under investigation. Non-grass plants in area turned bright red in colour, greatly expanded, and mutated to display cyan-coloured tentacles, similar to those of species Drosera capensis. Mucilage produced by these tentacles, later found to be tiny beads of SCP-009. How the plant is able to survive with 009 integrated into its cell structure is currently under investigation, with preliminary hypothesis being the plant is a reflection of flora from the substance's native universe.
Okay, that'll be interesting. We'll have to find out what 107 is.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you read these SCPs and if they interact with other ones, and you're like, oh, I don't know what that SCP does.
It does make you think, though, if this is written by the same author who's done some of these other mentioned SCPs, and maybe they're sort of doing it as part of like a sort of like combined lore or mythos. They all come from maybe like the same alien world or something.
Yeah, yes, that's a good thing. But this one's really freaky.
Yeah.
It basically all liquid-based things into its own structure.
Yeah. So I see, why it's Euclid for the moment, but like they say, if it was positioned near, say, like a coastline, then it probably would be upgraded to Keter because of the danger of it getting into like ocean currents and spreading rapidly, something like that. So yeah. Indeed.
And someone just Google image red icicles.
Yeah. Who knows? That could become part of the image for the thumbnail, that, Phil. You never know.
That was interesting. So we've got through to number 9.
Yeah. So I think actually, the format you've proposed, Phil, of doing several anomalous items and then doing some more SCPs actually could be a really good one for the episodes going forward from here. So we'll keep doing that.
And then once we get right to the end, which will be a very long time, because like we said, there's nearly 9,000 SCPs, entities. We can do the rest of the stuff. We're going to look at the sites, the divisions of various people, who the research is, who O5 Command is, and all that. And then, it'll be interesting to. And then maybe we can. We were thinking of, because we know a YouTube channel that actually does animations of various SCPs, which brings it to life as well, which is really interesting. So we might be able to do some reactions. Maybe. Yeah,
I'd have to ask for permission, and if they give it, then that could be something else in the longer term that we can do. Yeah. So yes, thank you for joining me then for that, Phil.
We've had good ones, but I think the first one was sort of a tester, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And this one we've got a bit of an idea of what's going on.
Indeed, yeah. That first episode, we're still nailing down the format, but I think we've got a format here that maybe is a bit smoother, which is good. Yeah. All right. Well, in that case, we'll wrap up here. Social media links, propagandist channel link, etc., down in the video description as usual, for anyone who might be interested in those. And if you did enjoy, a like is, of course, always appreciated. But than that, remember, ladies and gentlemen, don't drink the red ice.
Do not drink the red ice. No, be very careful. Anything could be an SCP. Even your fridge at home could be one.
Indeed, yes. It has an endless supply of food in it. It has all the snacks you ever want at any time.
That'd be great. An SCP that would really work.
Yes, I think we have one like that coming up. There's one that's like a coffee vending machine that dispenses all kinds of stuff, including disgusting stuff, but that might not be for a while yet. That one, I can't remember its number. There's ones basically that I do remember, and obviously there are classics which we'll eventually get to, like 173, 106, 096 and all those, but those are still a fair few episodes off yet, those ones.
The famous ones. Yeah, there's quite a few famous ones as well.
Indeed. Okay.
All right then.
Well, than that, it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Phil.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everybody. I feel like that could well be the case. And again, do they have anything in there that's worth... Holy shit. Actually, they don't look like they got much. There's a mule postbox over there, though. Look at this place. It's a fucking abandoned farm or whatever it is. Part of me wants to just take a look inside, even though there isn't really anything there, but... might be worth it just to see if there is anything else to find. I don't know. I'm definitely going to take this fucking... No, it's alright, it's just that. Fucking hell, look at this place here. Right, put that away. Okay, how are we doing in here though? This fucking abandoned farm and all that. Spooky fucking place this looks like. Good lord. Just getting a shot there in case I decide to use that